He fucks the dude with a book.
Book fucks dude. It's like a Pornhub title.
Dude, I want to see that video. Fucking hell.
Looks amazing. Last episode annoyed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because you're a fucking killjoy, you loser.
How did you Killjoy? I like
No,
the
I don't
entire
actually
season.
know why. Realistically, he should have just been like.
Not sure you can say that.
Who's doing the intro? No one's
okay.
actually home right now, so I can do it like very loudly if need be.
Okay.
All right, guys. Welcome to the Late Speakers podcast. We're back. Oh my god!
It's so loud.
What the fuck did you just do? Sounded like you just fell over.
Oh my!
Are you alright?
No. All right. What we're actually going to do is have a conversation, which will be
Yes.
recorded.
Yep.
Also known as a podcast.
Yes.
Or
You're gonna continue that sentence. We're just gonna stop.
be
there.
silent.
Sorry, I'm having some pain.
Aneurysms.
Yeah.
Is it from
yeah,
your fall?
The brain.
No,
As
I don't
Daniel
know what's
said-
causing it. Hopefully, it's not like appendicitis or something
Or an aneurysm
Ooh.
in the brain.
in my waist region.
Well, if it's fucking with the nerves in your brain, then you might feel it in your waist.
I do have I technically have a bad back at age 19 because my
Oh, yeah, not
sciatic
even
nerve
20.
is fucking pinched or some bullshit. So occasionally, when it first happened, I literally could not walk that night
Nice.
Oh.
because it was so painful.
Fuck.
And then it
Wait.
it hasn't gotten that bad ever since, but it was pretty fucked.
What was it? The synaptic nerve.
No,
Sciatic
it's-
nerve.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
a
I
common
just, like-
problem for older people.
Yeah.
Daniel.
The lower back and it runs down your leg.
Yeah.
So it was horrendous pain.
It's like arthritis for the nervous system.
Somewhat, yeah.
Christ.
I guess. If you get arthritis can cause it as well, I'm pretty sure, because it inflames the area.
Well, GG, Daniel. I guess this means your life is over, despite
Well,
it
yeah.
not having happened in a long time.
I'll be back. I'm just gonna go end it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Daniel actually has just fucking killed himself. What is...
What?
Oh, he's back.
He's back.
That was
Yeah.
perfect timing. I just sat down.
Damn.
Not that I'm sitting.
You're just standing the whole time?
Yeah, I was standing. I can't talk while I'm standing because of my sciatic nerve.
Right.
Yeah, it's a bit of a yikes. What happened while I was gone?
I don't know, but what happens when you T-pose when you have that nerve ending?
Same as normal.
Keep poses.
I ascend to godhood.
Oh,
You assert dominance.
Yeah, over anyone in a 26-mile radius.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
They
it's
just,
pretty good.
everyone in a 26-mile radius just gets on their knee and swears fealty to you.
Basically. And while they're down there, they don't do anything else. I was going to say before we actually started that I was trying to look at my favorite games from this past year that came out in 2019. I realized I played 3 new games total last year,
Mm.
and the rest was just games from previous years that I was just playing the shit out of.
Yeah, I've on my phone. I've got a notes in big letters: "Best of 2019." Big letters: games. And I've got one thing on it, so it's one new game came out last year that I actually enjoyed.
Yeah, it is a bit of a yikes.
Which was?
Should I say now, and we'll get right into the games category? or-
Let's just jump right into it.
Alrighty. Well, that game it's kind of not really counted, but it's Crash Team Racing Remastered was the only game that I sort of genuinely enjoyed that was new last year.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Hated everything else.
You're telling me that it was a remaster.
Yes.
That
Had
is a
you
large
played
oof.
the previous one? Or
Yeah.
the original?
Yeah.
Well, then that's not a new game.
Well, it
I mean,
came
it
out
technically
last year.
released 2019.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's just a game from
Well,
7
okay,
years
fine.
ago.
We won't count that. I'll just sit out
played
the games round.
nothing.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Kyle.
Yeah, I played 3 new games that I could think of. I actually went through my Steam library, my Origin library, Epic Games, looked at all my Xbox games, and I apparently only played 3 games. new games, which were Pokemon Shield, Jedi Fallen Order, and Satisfactory on Epic Game Store. None of which I would call Game of the Year. So, but I guess one of them has to be for me.
I feel like last year was pretty mediocre in terms of like new games that came out.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
there's
They
nothing
all
that's
get
really
delayed.
grabbed me, I guess you could say.
I think Red Dead's going to have to be my Game of the Year 2 years running.
How often do things grab you, Benson?
Often, I don't fucking know.
Um,
I've had way more than you two, chumps.
Ooh,
Grabbing.
okay.
Ooh,
Yeah. I played like a bunch of new games. Well, not necessarily new games, but games that I hadn't played before.
All right.
Okay.
Like-
Which ones? What were your top ones that came out last year?
I played Bioshocks 1 and 2.
well, those didn't come out last year.
Yeah. But those, after the fucking second one, I just could not. I own Infinite as well, but I never played it because I just could
It's-
not be fucked after
It's
number 2.
pretty good. I played
Yeah.
that and had a lot
Yeah.
of fun with it.
Number 2
Infinite's
was
the only
so
one I've
shit.
Didn't you like the bit where you could drill people?
Yeah, but like, I drill women all the time, so
Oh, of course.
so
okay.
it's nothing new to me.
Apparently, the second one is shit, and then one of the DLCs is like incredible. But like, you have to play the second one in order to get to it, so it's not really worth it.
I bought like the triple pack, so I'd assume I have the DLC, but I don't know if I ever played it or not. I don't know. I played the Wolfenstein New Order, Wolfenstein Old Blood, and Wolfenstein 2.
Is that the whole trilogy?
Well, there's actually a fourth one, but I never finished Wolfenstein 2 because I got so fucking bored of it.
Yikes! Wait, so Wolfenstein 2 is the third one.
Yes.
That's high IQ, to say the least.
Yeah, well, New Order was a good game. Old Blood was just a worse version of New Order, and then they like massively changed it in Wolfenstein 2 and made it like so much better, but then it actually was not as fun.
That is a large yike.
And then there's a bunch of other ones that I'm probably not thinking of, but you know.
Yeah,
Who
if we're
fuck
talking
cares?
shit that I played last year that didn't come out last year, I have 4 games in this list, not 3,
Ooh.
oh.
which are Red Dead 2, as I mentioned, which I played
What?
more
You
than
said-
any other game.
2 years running, it's your most favorite.
Yeah, well, last year and the year before when it came out. I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey a shit ton on the Xbox, and I played Stardew Valley on my Switch, which I got
Nice.
like heavily addicted to for like a month-long period.
Cool.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
what's the other game? You only
Oh
lose
yes,
3.
right. That is only 3 out of the 4. Another game that left an impression on me was Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle for the Switch.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell.
That's
wasn't-
not even a joke. It's actually quite it's like a XCOM style thing, but it's like somewhat dumbed down because it's like a Switch game.
What the fuck?
But it was actually quite fun.
Yes,
I must say.
XCOM Mario.
I mean, I'm too stupid to fucking finish XCOM 2 on the easiest difficulty, so this game was right up my alley.
On the basis of XCOM games that came out last year, it's not actually an XCOM game, but Age of Wonders, Age of Wonders Planetfall came out, and I like that game. It's good. I played a bunch of it, but I don't know. It's like most people. There's no like penalty for going super aggressive military. So whenever you play with someone else, they don't bother with tech. They just make a shitload of units and kill you instantly.
Steamroll you.
Yeah, and you just fucked. So
Published by Paradox. Is that the same one as Civ or no?
no, I don't know. I can't remember. They
I
made a
don't know.
bunch
They
of
do
other good
Cities
games.
Skyline and shit
Yeah.
like that, and Magica.
Also, Atwood came out last year, but I just played it this year with my brother.
Eh, it's close enough.
And the game's good, but it's a bit clunky. Like it's similar to Dark Souls in sort of the difficulty. It'll fuck you over if you mess up once. If you don't block in time, you're just fucked. If there's a dude with a two-handed weapon, he can one-shot you, and then you're fucked. So if you play single player, and I like to use the shield, I go use the shield, and then if I try to attack, they instantly attack me, and they might one-shot me, or I'm just completely fucked. And then, I don't know, fucking hyena comes out of nowhere and attacks me from behind, and I'm just depressed because I constantly die. And then when I'm in co-op, I'm the shield, and my brother's the guy with the spear just poking people in the feet from the distance or through
What's
me.
the setting of this game if a hyena comes and kills you?
I don't know. It's weird. Like, the starting area is supposed to be the coldest part of the map, and temperature actually matters. If you're too cold, you fucking die. If you're too hot, you die. And for some reason, in the coldest part of the map, they have hyenas.
Of course.
Yeah,
Hyena's known for being in the coldest region in the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, fucking, you can get fucked over by a bird. Like, just a random bird shows up, and you're like, I'm gonna kill this thing because I'm fucking hungry. And I need food. And it just kills you, and you're so depressed because you got fucked over by the weakest thing in the game, and you're in like
Crikey.
fucking legendary gear or some other bullshit. And after playing it for a bit, we realized that there's like fuck all content in the end. Like it starts off and you think, oh my god, there's a shitload to do, and then you realize there's probably like 20 hours of gameplay, but that's literally everything you do. Every side quest, you get every single item, and yeah.
And it's 20 hours.
Yeah, and they added I like this cool thing like that made replayability better, I guess, is they added this thing called legacy chests. So you, as one character, you go around and find these chests and you put shit in them. And then if you start a new character, you can be like, oh yeah, the first character you made is like this guy's grandfather or whoever, whatever. Anyway, and you can go back to that chest and find like upgraded gear that they put in there. And that promotes you making new characters. And also the best armor in the game you can get, you have to complete the game probably 3 times.
To get the armor.
Yeah. You have to complete it about 3 times because you get about 5 of these stones and you need 11. And
What the frick?
What?
yeah, you have to complete
So you
the
need
game.
one more
Yeah.
after you've done 2 playthroughs.
Yeah, and you have to put the stones in the legacy chests so your character can pick them up in the next game. And then by then you're like, what the fuck was the point of it? I've like fucking wasted my life trying to get these stones. And then you've got armor that's kind of good.
But then you've played the game twice through already.
And yeah, there's no point to do it again because you've done everything.
That is a weird system. I guess it's just like artificially like making more content, I guess, by making you replay.
It's like Infinity Blade.
Isn't that a mobile game?
Yeah, but like when you die, you play as your character's son in the next one
Nice.
when you
Yeah.
restart.
That concept reminds me of, you guys heard of Rogue Legacy?
No.
It's like this 2D
Yeah.
roguelike game, ironically, considering the name.
I'm
But
back.
you
from
get like
another-
random... you play as like a random like knight with like randomized stats and shit, and then if you make it through and then like survive, you like level them up and shit. But then when they die, you then pick from like a number of their children with their like different stats, and then you like continue from there. It's like
yeah.
super weird.
Yeah. Another thing that pissed me off about Outward, going back to it, is that there is no real incentive to kill things because there's no level up system. All the skills you can get, you have to go to trainers and you have to pay them
RuneScape.
to teach you anything. And the thing is, then the game becomes a grind for getting fucking money because everything's kind of expensive. And if you die and fucking lose your backpack, then you just want to kill yourself because you
Not the
literally
backpack.
lost maybe 10 hours worth of items. It's great stuff.
Ugh.
Seems like it's probably a fun game, but then it's just like it's its
Yeah.
own worst enemy when it comes to like making you do stupid shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm.
The game's good. I just wish there was a bit more to it and
Yeah.
they'd fix the combat because, like, I'm pretty good at Dark Souls, but with this, it's a very similar combat system, but it's just shit. Like, all the skills, you get, like, active skills. Like, you press a button and your guy does a special slash or some other bullshit, right?
Wow,
But
special.
the thing
slash.
is, it locks your character into the animation and you can't do anything. So when it happens, you just get fucked because some guy's like, oh, look, I can
That
fucking
does sound
stab
like
him
Dark
now.
Souls.
Oh,
speaking of Dark Souls, another game that I that didn't come out last year. What the fuck just happened?
That was large PP.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
so let's just not explain that.
But Sekiro.
Bloodborne,
Oh yeah.
close Tom, but Bloodborne, which is
Yeah.
a PS4 exclusive Souls game, Souls quote unquote. I didn't actually play it, but I did watch a stream of the entire game, and
What
it
the
was
fuck?
quite fun to watch. But I don't think I'd be good enough to actually play it, sadly.
Yeah, I didn't really get to finish it either.
Yeah, I might have played it if it was on PC, but I don't really want to play it at 30 FPS. Not gonna lie.
It's pretty cheap now, so
Yeah, maybe I'll pick it up when the PS5 comes out. Play it backwards compatibly.
Oh yeah, I was just messing around recently on Black Desert Online, right? And I got
Mhm.
my brother got the game when it first came out. And there's a thing where you can invest in an internal market, right? And I came back to it like today, and I have so much money because I've left it for years,
Nice.
getting it,
Oh.
all this interest, right? And holy shit, I can afford anything I want. I can get the
Prostitutes.
max level gear for instantly on my starter character. It's
Crikey.
fucking insane.
I've
And I
never
just got-
played like past the very start of that game for some reason, even though I've bought it twice.
Yeah, the same. We literally, the first thing Brock did is he got the game, played it for maybe 5 hours, and saw that there was a bank, and he put his money in the bank, and that's it. And then we come back to it like 2-3 years later, and we have nearly like 10 million fucking, I don't know.
It's like
silver.
the fucking Futurama episode where he had
Yeah.
like $20 in his account and then he's rich 1,000 years later.
Tom, what were your some of I can't even words. What were some of your best games of last year?
Well, my top one was probably like Sekiro, but I didn't want to
Okay.
finish it because I raged too hard.
Nice.
Oh.
Then like Crash Team Racing, as you said, and like
Mhm.
COD and Pokemon. That's
Oh, yeah,
just
God.
it. Yeah.
I
I
have
did
you
forget
finished
about
Pokemon?
that.
Tom?
Oh yes.
He's
He just
fucking dead.
Yes, lags out again.
Yeah, have you finished it?
Finish what?
Pokemon.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I got like 2 Pokemon away from like finishing the Pokedex. So,
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
wow.
I
yeah.
have not played nearly as much of it, sadly. I don't know. I always like Pokemon for the first like little while, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck's the point of this game? And I stop playing.
Yeah.
This one is feel like easy and like tedious. Just like hold your
Yeah.
hand the whole way.
But it
Mhm.
looks good compared
Showing
to
some
others.
DLC for it this year.
It's made for children, but like most of the people that play it are like in their 20s or like
Yeah.
teens even because they
Um,
played it when they were a kid.
Yeah, that's literally what I did. When I was younger, I played Pokemon Diamond and Pearl for like hours on end. When I had like after school,
On the DS, is that right?
yeah, on the DS, and I'd finish it. Like I finished it like 20 times. I'll just reset the whole thing. And go, oh yeah, let's do it.
I used to, I used to do that with like The Last of Us on PS3. I would just play it
Oh,
over
really?
and over and over and over. Which
Mm.
like nowadays I can't really just like replay a game instantly as soon as I'm done with it. I
Yeah.
don't know what changed
Wait,
in my like
what?
brain, but
You'd finish it and just instantly replay it.
yeah, because the gameplay was so fun, but the story's only like, I mean, if you're like if you know what to do, it's like fucking like 6 hours long. So
Mm.
you just like knock it out in an afternoon and then start it again.
Actually, I guess I kinda did that with Halo. I mean, fucking Halo Reach, I did the speedrunning achievement and finished the game in just over 2 hours.
Yikes!
Jesus.
So, I think well, actually, in saying that, I don't think I could finish it and then just immediately start it again. I'd have
Yeah.
to have some incentive, like achievements or some shit.
Yeah. I think the
Um,
only game I've actually played from start to finish was A Way Out, which I played with Dean.
The only game.
The what?
That was
Oh,
like
no,
2 years ago,
sorry.
wasn't it?
In a day, I mean, not altogether.
Oh my
okay.
fucking god, Kyle.
Yeah, the only game I've finished is one that's with Dean. The only game I've played, like I've played from start to finish in one day, is A Way Out. So yeah, not just finished it. Period.
I
Did we
basically
finish?
did that
Did
with
we
every
finish that in
pod.
one day, Daniel?
I think we might have done it in 2, but like it wasn't. We could have done it in 1, I bet, because it was like so short.
Yeah, I just remember the classic clip of you falling and dying.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
what the one where you're like jumping across like a river,
Yeah,
and you each have to press in order to like catch each other.
and then neither of us pressed it.
It just fell. Oh,
We
speaking
just
of,
sat
actually,
in silence.
a slightly similar incident happened just before, like a couple hours ago. Chris and I were doing the newest heist in GTA Online,
Yeah.
which we've done like, I don't know, like 10 times or more now. And we had already had to restart it because if you alt tab in that game, which I had to at one point, halfway through the heist, you
Had to.
lose. Yeah, I had to. All right, Chris.
You didn't have to.
I did have to. I had to get my cheat sheet up for the like heist, like fucking
Oh,
keypad
yeah.
hacks and shit.
Uh,
And
Just
then
fucking
so we
be a
had to
real
restart.
man.
And then Chris had to restart the entire game because it just fucked up on him. And then we get in and we like tried a new way to lose the cops after we had gotten away with the loot. And then we accidentally got the cops again, or rather, I accidentally got the cops again. And then they killed Chris, so we had to restart. And then on that try, we drove all the way to the objective, which was on the opposite side of the map, to drop it off. And right as we were about to go there, I accidentally jumped out of the car and rolled along the ground and died. And we had to restart.
When I
We were
did
like
with you guys-
4 seconds from finishing.
We were literally like less than 4 seconds. We were
This
just driving
cunt just
on,
like
a beach.
slaps his keyboard or something, and his guy jumps out and dies.
Yeah. And at first, Chris was like laughing because we thought I was just going to take some damage. But then as soon as I died, he's just like, what the fuck?
And then when I did it with you guys, we had no problems. Everything worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it's because Chris and I have like learnt the strat for like the 2 options that we do for it. So we just like, it's like a complete non-issue to do the actual heist. It's just like the setups that take a while. But
And then-
damn, that heist was actually one of the better things they've added in a while.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
when I was with you in that heist, we were like, oh yeah, just make it so Daniel gets 40% of the cut and me and Chris get 30%, right?
Ah, yeah.
And then when we finished the heist, it turned out me and Chris only got 15%.
So I got
Daniel got the rest.
70%.
Daniel
Which
didn't
we,
even.
we
fuck
said it
us over.
correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The game just sucks. Fucked up.
And that's,
So
yeah,
Daniel
that's the
got
second time that's happened.
$1.9 million, and Benson and I got like fucking, what was it, like 300 grand?
Yeah.
It was not ideal. I gave Chris 65% of the heist we did today to make it up, but I'll have to do it for Benson later on as well. But yeah, GTA.
Fucking- yeah, I was talking to Richie after that, and Richie's like just a fucking idiot, basically. I mean, for starters, he invited us to literally the worst heist in the entire game,
Yeah,
and
The prison one.
the prison
Yeah,
break.
he's-
Yep, yeah.
yeah, he told me that he was saving up for the arcade to do the casino heist,
Yeah.
That's
and
what
then
we
I'm
did.
like, "How far off are you?" He's like, $1.5 million. I just bought the Deluxo. I'm like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?"
Of all the things to buy. And he doesn't even have an oppressor or anything, does he?
No. I'm like, number one, he could have bought the oppressor, but on top of that, he could have bought like fucking 2 arcades for that money.
Yeah. Jeez.
The Deluxo sucks.
It's
Yeah,
cool though.
The Deluxo is the like flying DeLorean for context, and the oppressor is
right.
the flying
Jet
rocket
bike.
bike. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, but the bike is like twice as fast as the Deluxo.
and a million times more like versatile.
But you gotta say, like the DeLorean that fucking flies is pretty awesome.
Yeah, alongside what's the name of the thing we bought recently, Chris?
The Scramjet.
The Scramjet. It's literally like Speed Racer's car, but you can like jump off the ground for some reason with it, and then boost for like a million years, and you just
Oh,
go
that's awesome.
flying across the map.
Wow.
Boost
But
for
it's-
1 million years.
I mean, it's a pretty long boost.
They're still
It's like
boosting.
5 seconds max. But
Yeah, but it's like that's a lot longer than the other vehicles with boost.
yeah, true.
It's very prone to ending up in the water and killing you, though, or
Yeah.
destroying the vehicle rather.
They also added a bunch of fucking like laser guns, and now I can buy a laser minigun before I can buy a normal minigun. So
Yeah.
it's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, right before we got off, Daniel and I got into a fuck. What was it? What do you call it? It's just like a really shitty rundown camper van,
Yeah,
and then we just rolled
I know.
up on 2 guys, got out of our camper van with miniguns and mowed them down.
with laser
Nice.
miniguns.
And I mean like actual players, and they weren't particularly impressed.
Kyle, did you say your favorite games?
Yes. Well, my favorite game, which is a
Oh,
remaster.
right.
Yeah, which doesn't even fucking count.
Oh well, then I set out for that round. All right.
but, well, I mean, we all said shit from previous years. What did you? What else did you play?
Mainly Fortnite and Dead
Does
Rising. Okay. Then. A Way Out, which is 2018. I played a bit of
Did you
Jedi
play
Fallen
that this
Order.
year, though?
No.
No,
I did.
last year.
Sorry,
Wasn't
last
it?
year. Yeah, because like then
no.
you just listed games that you played. But yeah, I played that one game.
Yeah, cool.
I was just,
Yeah.
just thinking about the session that we were on with GTA earlier, or last time. There was 2 people just fucking role playing as
Oh, yeah.
clowns,
Oh,
like
yeah.
blowing
As,
each
as
other.
what? Oh, okay.
Clowns.
Yeah,
What?
and they were getting really into it. One of them was a girl, one of them was a guy, and the guy was such a fucking like
One of them was allegedly a
neckbeard.
girl.
A neckbeard to the next level. He's like, oh, you
Oh
look
my
so
God.
hot in that fucking, I don't know, whatever the fuck they were in. It was,
Clown suit.
Yeah, they were when they were doing this in like the public text chat in the server.
Oh my.
It was not ideal.
And Daniel, didn't you then intervene and like insult one of them, and then they proceeded to set you on fire because they were a hacker?
yeah.
Was that? Yeah, that might have been the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
That's what you
teleported me to
get.
the top of the map while we were in the cinema, and then I was just caught on fire constantly.
I was wondering where the fuck you guys went when I was in the cinema.
Yeah, that's what I guess. Like all hackers in games are just like bronies in real life.
I mean, yeah, it kind of makes sense. And also jabronis at the same time.
I tell you, probably like, well, a few months ago, I was very drunk and bought Jackbox 3, even though you already have it, Daniel.
That's very nice. I think I do remember that. And I was like, yeah, but I have it. And you're like, yeah, but you
No,
weren't
because
there.
you weren't there. So
Yeah.
No, you weren't there when I bought it, so I don't know how the fuck you would have said that.
No, I said to you when you told me, you dingus.
Ah, yeah. Dude, I proceeded to vomit like over 20 times that same night.
Jesus.
Probably
reminds
because of
me of-
Jackbox.
Yeah,
It's just like, that's what happens when I have one drink.
You had one water.
Yeah.
Yeah, vomiting
Whatever the
everywhere.
drink is.
I've also got here a list of good movies that I watched
Me too.
and bad/meh movies that I watched.
Me
Star
too.
Wars.
Yep.
Star
that's
Wars is the first one in the
Yeah.
bad list.
Same.
It's written here Star Wars Rise if Skywalker, which sounds even worse somehow.
If he did what?
If Skywalker was in a shit film.
well,
What do you mean, if?
yeah.
Well, it's the story of If. It Chapter 2 also was not great,
That-
in my opinion.
That is on my. I have movies, faves, and then not faves. Star Wars 9 and It 2 are on my not faves.
Why do you
Nice.
guys have fucking lists prepared? Like,
So
what the
we're-
fuck?
So we're prepared.
Yeah.
So that we're not just like,
Ooh, the Imperials and their damn lists.
hey,
Oh
exactly.
my
like
fucking
that.
god! That's the
Fucking
best thing.
Stormcloak.
What are
I
on?
also have
What
Once
are
Upon a Time in Hollywood because that was kind of like,
on Meh?
I kind of like that one.
I mean, I didn't hate it, but it was just kind of like, what the fuck is what? What
was pretty boring.
What the fuck did I just watch?
For the most part. Only the
Yeah.
ending was like extremely ideal, but the rest
Yeah.
of the movie was quite boring.
Agreed.
I've still not seen it. Which I probably don't
Oof.
think I will.
Fucking fuck off, Kyle.
I've got
Why?
6
I don't know, I
movies
just
in
like
the
telling you to
good
get
section.
fuck off. to get.
Oh, take that, Daniel. I've got 7.
Actually, I've got 5 and then 1 in the mid-tier section.
Okay.
Oh yeah, also in my bad/meh. I never actually finished it, but I got halfway through The Irishman, and I stopped watching because it was so uninteresting.
It kind of shows how. Why
Didn't
it's in
that get
list.
like really
Yeah.
good reviews though?
Yeah, so I'm probably just a retard. But I mean,
Well,
I didn't
actually-
like Chernobyl either. So
Yeah, I was
You
just
didn't
gonna
like
say, is that in your
Chernobyl?
shows?
no,
What the
it was
fuck?
fucking. I watched like 3 episodes, and I was like, "What? This is fucking trash."
Didn't you watch the final episode? I remember you telling me about it.
Well, I definitely haven't.
The quote Daniel gave to us was mind-numbingly boring.
Yeah, I was just sitting there like, "What am I watching? A fucking documentary with like AIDS?"
What?
That's what it felt like watching.
It wasn't even a documentary. It
You
was
sure you
like-
weren't? You sure you weren't
That's what I
watching
mean,
Bohemian
that's what I
Rhapsody?
Wow, rip. And then lastly, I had Uncut Gems in the meh section, which was also critically
Okay.
acclaimed. But it was a similar issue where it was just kind of like, like what?
you
I
seen-
don't really care what's happening here.
It's a
Have you
movie.
seen Knives Out?
No, but I've heard that's
no.
good.
I have seen
Surprisingly
that,
good.
and it is a pretty good movie.
It's by
I have to
the
say.
guy who did Last Jedi,
Yes.
directed by rather. But yeah,
Oh, well, this was actually good. So,
was there any shirtless Kylo Ren scenes?
8.
Oh,
See,
damn.
that's how you know it's good. That's what they were missing in the Last Jedi. They only had 1.
Mm.
What do you mean that's as opposed to the other 2 movies in the series that had 0?
Yeah, and
That's
that's
why they're
they
shit.
weren't great.
Oh,
Like,
no,
The
no, no.
Force
no.
Awakens was
Force
much
Awakens
better
was
than
good, yeah.
fucking Lost Jedi.
Yeah,
I love
I
Force
don't know. I'm
Awakens.
not a huge fan. Like, I don't think it's bad, but like, wasn't terribly exceptional in my eyes.
Of which one?
Force Awakens,
Oh, okay.
definitely the strongest of the trilogy. But like,
Yeah.
It was a weak trilogy.
Mm.
I imagine
Oh,
this is in a lot of our lists. I've got Avengers Endgame in the good category.
It's actually not on my list.
Oh, like
This is, I just forgot to put it. I enjoyed it,
okay.
but yeah.
Have you seen Birds of Prey?
I've not
No, I have not.
heard that's surprisingly decent though.
It's like a massive feminist movie.
Who's the massive feminist? Is that Margot Robbie?
Ewan McGregor.
No, as in, there's like
Yeah.
5 main characters that are all women that are like the good, well, not good guys, the good girls.
Protagonists.
Yeah, and then all the bad guys are all men.
I did hear
mean-
that Ewan McGregor, like, even though he's the bad guy, it's very much like he's just a woman hater. Like, it's sort of not really a good bad guy. He's kind of just like the bad guy who was a woman hater.
Yeah,
Sounds like a bad
I
guy.
didn't think about that
Yeah.
before, but I don't remember him being particularly abusive to that
Oh.
many guys.
Don't you remember the scene where
But
he
he
looks at the camera
was
and says, "I hate
the
women."
Jeez. And
And
minorities.
minorities.
Yeah, that I don't really find that like having all female leads is like SJW, but if he
No.
was like kind of made out in that way, I suppose I understand where that's coming
Mm.
from. Because it's like you watch like Ocean's 11 and there's 10 men and
Yeah.
like 1 woman. So
Yeah, but they're not fighting against the opposite gender as well.
Yeah.
well, depends who you ask. I mean, they did remake
What?
that with women, didn't they? Ocean
Yeah.
something.
Oh,
Ocean
yeah, they
8.
did.
8, yeah.
Well, not remake, but you know what I mean.
In that film, is the main character called Ocean?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Is it Danny? Is it Danny or Daniel Ocean or some shit?
What?
I don't
Frank Ocean?
Yes, it's Frank Ocean.
Oh,
They're all actually musicians.
know. Damn.
After Endgame, I have Joker, which I thought was
Yep.
quite good.
That's number 2 on mine.
But fucking weird and like whack.
I
But
still need to see
I
that.
enjoyed it. Oh yeah, you weren't there.
Oh yeah, you were there in the spoiler review of it for the podcast.
Frozen 2 is next in my list.
Fuck,
Are you
that's not mine
serious?
either.
Yeah,
No,
I'm serious.
I enjoyed Frozen 2. It's not on
Better
my
than the
list.
first one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen either.
I haven't seen the second one, but
haven't
I've seen
seen
the
either,
first
too.
one, and it's
The first one's overrated, but the
I-
second one I hadn't seen rated either way. So,
Does it
I-
really compare to Tangled though?
I mean, Tangled's obviously the better option.
Tangled is
But,
the best.
yeah.
like,
I
let's
hadn't
not kid
seen
ourselves.
Frozen. I hadn't seen Frozen 1 until last year either.
You fucking degenerate.
Yeah, but then I saw it, so I'm cool now.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go that far. Speedray Man, Far From Home.
But oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I forgot was last year until I was looking this up.
number 1 on my list.
Oh, I
The
don't, have
Far
them,
From
I don't
Home.
have them ordered, but
Far
Oh.
From Home was not that great. I
I
thought.
didn't mind it.
It was good.
It's in my good. It's not in my god tier, which I don't have a list for. But John Wick 3 was last year. I quite enjoyed
That was good. That
Mm.
was fucking good.
I still maintain John Wick 1 is not great, not that great. Like,
Yeah, I can agree
Yeah.
with that.
but then
first one,
two is way better, and then 3 was even better.
Yeah, I haven't seen the third one, but the second one is a lot better than the first one. I think.
Yeah,
Well, 3's better than 2 as well.
Damn,
yeah.
I need to watch
They,
it. as
they just
well.
like up the ante every time,
Yeah.
and like,
Yeah.
And
Sorry,
it's
okay.
Keanu Reeves, so they can keep doing it. There is no max to his limit. They just keep
He is a
getting
god.
better.
There's a number
It's-
4 coming next year. So
Jeez.
Yeah, and I think they have
Wow,
a number
that's-
5 planned and
Oh my
a series.
God.
oh my god.
yeah, there's a TV series called
A TV
the,
series, The Continental.
Yeah.
it's
I
about
kind of feel like
breakfasts.
every John Wick installment like really ups the ante, but it doesn't. It like obviously it's ridiculous, but it doesn't get to the point where it's like too much. Like it doesn't seem.
Well,
dumb.
it's supposed to be too much, so that's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
but it's
premise
like-
is that he's like fucking god,
yeah,
fucking
But
being an
it's- it-
assassin. But then in the first one, he's not even that impressive.
yeah. It's
pretty-
it's
he's
like
pretty
he
good.
is.
I mean,
Every
yeah,
one
but
it gets-
he's
it
in,
gets-
like. Sorry, Kyle.
every movie it gets more crazy, but it doesn't. It still kind of hasn't gotten to the point where it's like
Superhuman.
Fast and Furious.
It's not
Like,
Fast and Furious yet.
yeah, like it's not bullshit.
Yeah, fucking hell, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
But it's not superhuman, but it's like
Peak.
there's no fucking way. Like,
yeah.
it's here. This is what peak performance looks like, whether you like it or not. But yeah, like 2, he was actually like scarily impressive.
I remember
Yeah.
when he
First
used
one, he was like very good, but it's like I don't know, just
Yeah.
wasn't as good.
when he used the pencil was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Jesus, yeah.
but like I'm just remembering 3 now, and like although like all the fighting he does near the start without weapons
Mm.
That's the best stuff.
is like insane,
yeah.
and it's so
That-
like it makes you like almost have to look away at times. Like
It gets very like body horror kind of thing.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't want to
watch
spoil
that
it, but
shit.
like Jesus.
Oh,
But like, it gets very kind of like
I'm gonna down.
slimy with
download
the
that
stuff that he
now.
does.
yeah, like he's fucking just like stabbing people like in the head and then just like smashing it through their skull
Yeah.
after he's done it
Oh.
and all the rest.
Yeah.
And the
Sounds
fucking
good.
guy with the book, the
Mm.
big guy with the book,
I've-
that was
Solid.
insanity.
Yeah. I didn't
The
want to
first
go
guy,
too much
the
into
first
that, but yeah.
victim.
That
Yeah,
was
but-
what sprung to mind first when I said
Book man.
body horror, like the book. Fuck, dude.
The book fuck dude.
Book fuck, dude. That's what he does. He
like a-
fucks a dude with a book.
Book fucks dude. It's like a Pornhub title.
oh.
Dude, I want to see that video. Fucking hell.
That'll be the title. That'll be the title of this episode.
Oh my god, yeah, I have to write that down. Oh my
We're going to talk about that for 4 seconds, and you're going to make that the title of the video.
because it's so, and I
Yeah.
got to Photoshop an image for it.
Put it like in library or something. That's the
In what?
In library. Something.
Oh yeah,
No, you have to make like the Pornhub like background as well, like the black background with the orange text.
yeah. I'll see if I can get a picture of like John Wick with the dude with the book, and then just like blur it so you can't see what he's doing to it. Although I probably won't do that. It's too much of it. My last one in my list, which has in brackets mid tier, is another kids movie, How to Train Your Dragon 3.
Oh,
It came out like January 3rd or something, so it was barely last year. But I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it or anything.
I haven't seen any of them because I have dignity and self-respect.
All right, dude. I've seen How to Train Your Dragon 1 at least like 25 times.
What
I'm not
the
even
fuck?
kidding. Because
I
I watched it so many times when I was a kid.
Who did
Why?
you see the second one?
I don't
with?
know. It was just my
I
movie
was
I
there.
watched over and over.
Yeah, I saw the second one with you guys. Who wasn't
Yeah.
there? Or-
I don't think I was there.
I don't think I was there.
I don't think I was.
Well, it wasn't just me and Tom.
You probably saw it with your
Yeah.
brother
I don't remember seeing it.
No.
somewhere. Well, if
That's
Tom was
alright.
or
there.
by yourself.
Anyone some movies they liked? What did-
Shazam
I've
came out last year.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Shazam. I forgot about that.
I've got a top 7 list. Should I just like run through that quickly?
Yeah. That's what I did.
So, number 1,
And you
Spider-Man
wanna be
Far
just
From
like
Home.
me, don't you? So just do it.
I do, yeah. I'm gonna
Wait,
do
is
it
this
right
in
now,
order?
like you. Yeah. Well,
Oh.
it's somewhat.
Start
Yeah.
from the bottom then.
Okay. Number
We've already
7.
revealed number 1.
I didn't hear it though. So well, it's fine.
Number 7 was
Thanks,
John Wick 3. Number
Whoa,
6
the
was
fuck?
number 6. Well, I think is though.
Have you
with
put
John-
Avengers into this list now?
No, it's the top 7 list of what I remember, just like off by heart. And some of
Okay,
them
yeah, I didn't
see-
remember Shazam. That would be in my mid tier.
Some of them I did see very early on in the year, so I don't remember much of them. And some I
Mm.
saw recently, so I have a fonder memory because I remember more of it. So that'll be my excuse when you guys make fun of me. Number
Loser.
7 is John. Number 7 is John Wick 3. Number 6 is Toy Story 4.
Oh, I saw that
Um,
as well. I forgot.
Number 5 is Escape Room. This is where you make fun of me.
the fuck is that? I haven't even heard of that.
It's yeah.
I did an escape room a few days ago.
It's basically an escape room, but it's like it's an escape room mixed with horror. Basically, that's all you really need.
basically,
Saw?
the box, or yeah, Saw. Like,
Kind,
it's
kind
fucking
of like
thousands
yeah,
of
kind of
them.
like Saw, but not as gory or interesting.
In the house.
Oh, good.
Number 4 was Shazam, which I also saw last night again, which was fun. Number 3 was Fighting with My Family, which is like
Of course.
a biopic about a it's based on a documentary based on a WWE wrestler named Paige, who like basically grew up in Norwich, England, and basically was been wrestling since she was like 14, 15 or something like that.
I thought you were going to say Chris Benoit.
No, we don't talk about Chris Benoit.
Wow.
So number 3, Fighting with My Family. Number 2 was Joker, and number 1 was Spider-Man Far From Home.
Damn.
Man.
Controversial considering Chris just talking about how shit it was.
I
Yeah.
agree. I don't like it. It's just
I thought Shazam was shit as well.
Shazam was okay.
Shazam was definitely not in my top movies.
I just don't think I like superhero movies that much, even though I watched a lot of them.
Speaking of superhero movies, there's something I gotta bring up when we get to the TV show section. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
We have a TV show section. We have sections.
Yeah. Well, I've
Yeah.
done 3 lists: games,
Oh.
movies, TV.
Yeah, I had one for music, but no albums came out that I liked that came out last year. So
Yeah, I don't listen to music in that way, so I couldn't really list anything.
Well,
Yeah.
Social Cues, Cage the Elephant, greatest album of 2019.
There you have
Tool brought out an album, but I didn't listen to it. So
Sounds like your kind of band.
fuck you. As soon as I said it, I was like, "Oh, he's gonna say it. He's gonna say it." So what do you
I
have?
just
to
opened my notes and book fucks Tuesday. Do you see
what-
any good movies, Benson?
No, because I'm not much of a movie person.
Fair
know
enough.
that. I read
can enjoy
books, but
Endgame.
even then, the books I read are pretty shit because I've read a bunch of them.
Oh,
Weren't
sorry.
you writing a book?
Me,
Books.
I've written a bunch of little fucking things, but I don't have the drive to actually finish them.
You guys heard of
Get like 1% in and then stop.
One of them's about a fucking rat dude.
Hell
of
yeah.
course.
It's like
Our teacher.
It's like H.P. Lovecraft. It's the giant rat. It's his
Yeah.
story.
That's his backstory.
Yeah.
Before he was a WWE champion.
Chris, you got any that we didn't list?
I think all of the ones that I forgot about you did list, apart
Okay.
from the ones that I said earlier.
Mm.
Which
The
were they?
Knives Out.
Ah, yes.
Knives Out was such a good movie, actually.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
John, what about you?
I watched Parasite the other day.
Oh, yeah, how's
was
that?
the
How's that?
Best picture.
It's pretty good. Like,
Just pretty good.
yeah, it's like it's a good.
That's all in
half
Korean, isn't
and
it?
half. Yeah, it's like subtitles.
Yeah, it's a South Korean.
You get
Is it-
used to it throughout the movie.
What's it about? Because I think I've watched the anime it's based on, so I
It
don't
felt
know.
like a poor family tries and like
It's completely wrong.
it's
I'm
like-
fucking nowhere
Yeah,
near
yeah.
it.
I was saying, like this poor
What?
family gets into like this rich family's life by like being like the driver and teachers of their kids and stuff, and they like take over the house, and then like I don't want to spoil it.
Wait,
Yeah.
who takes over the house? The driver.
Like the
I
poor
feel like that
family.
is a spoiler.
Yeah,
He just
but,
like,
Not that
fucking-
any of us
Hold
care,
them
I
hostage.
assume.
Are we going to do a spoiler tag for the audience
No, fuck them.
yeah.
with the book?
we don't have it anyway.
We don't give a shit about them.
I assume you watched subs, not dubs.
Man,
What?
No, Tom.
I was like, who the fuck are you
No,
talking to?
it's subtitles.
Yeah.
So yeah, subs.
Yeah, I expect they'll do an English dub of it.
So
Is-
yeah, but I
isn't
mean,
there
who
a
the fuck
TV
would want to
show
watch that?
coming out? Like a English TV show for Parasite.
I think there is.
I don't know. Yeah.
So it's like a drama. It's not like action in any way or anything, is it?
Oh, it's like some action.
But it's not like that kind of film.
It's not like explosives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. When I found out that won Best Picture, I for some reason thought it was another Korean movie about
Yeah.
zombies.
It's not. It's
Yeah.
not zombies. 'Cause
Whenever I
when
was
you
like
do
saying
it,
to my
yeah.
sister, I'm like, "How the hell does a zombie movie win this?" And she's like, "Yeah, what?" And then I looked it up. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm wrong."
Whenever I think of
Train to Busan. That's
yeah,
what it is.
Pardon?
Train to Busan.
you said you're trying to Busan.
Ah,
Yeah.
I think that would be what I'm thinking of.
Whenever I think of Parasite, I always think of the parasites from Cloverfield. So that's like I also thought it was kind of horror in some way
Yeah, iOS.
because obviously it's based on the J.J. Abrams sci-fi horror movie.
Is that about wrap up movies?
Oh,
So-
sorry. Just before we do, we were talking about books and movies before. Did anyone see Doctor Sleep?
I did not.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the TV show segment.
Did you
Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, okay, rip.
It's
Okay.
good, but no one
Mm.
saw it.
All right, TV shows. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the good
Jesus.
category, and 2 in the bad/meh.
Okay.
And also, some of the other ones are like mid tier anyway, like the good ones. But
Yeah, I've just got 3, but one of them is kind of in a meh category if I was to put it in one.
yeah, I'm not sure if I'm forgetting any either. Like I just like Googled like stuff from 2019
Yeah.
and just like wrote down the ones that I've seen.
Mm.
But in good, my first one I have here, these aren't in order, but I've got The Witcher, which I thought was quite good. Stranger Things season 3,
It's not mine.
also good. Mandalorian I have as mid tier because
Oh, really?
it's quite overrated in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it was still good. But I have The Boys, which was very
The
nice.
Boys was
which is
good.
the superhero one that I alluded to earlier.
Ah, right.
It's like a new take on superheroes.
Is that good or is that mid tier?
No,
That's
it's good.
incredible tier.
Okay. cool.
Holy shit! Incredible tier.
Yeah, I don't have
Incredible.
one, but it's good.
I didn't know we had that.
I've got You, the show.
Oh, nice.
I've heard that's
I haven't
good.
actually watched the whole of either season, but from what I watched, it was pretty interesting.
What do you mean of either season? Are you saying that you watched some of season 1 and some of season 2?
Yes,
What the fuck?
I've watched the last 2 episodes of season 1, and then watched the first like 6 of season 2, and then the last of season 2.
What the fuck is that?
Because
the
my
best way
sister
to-
was watching it, and I only watched it with her. Like I didn't watch it separately, and I think either that's all I needed, to be honest.
Okay then.
But it was good. You guys know? Have you heard of Afterlife
Yes.
with by Ricky Gervais?
Yeah. I've
Fairly
seen the
depressing,
first
but, like,
episode.
comedic show, and it's quite good. I like Ricky Gervais. He's a pretty epic gamer.
I've only
Oh, yeah.
seen the first episode of it, but I might get back into it.
Yeah, it's good. And then lastly, I have for good Rick and Morty first half of the season.
Okay.
Oh, all right, Kyle.
I said K.
Season 3 of Rick and Morty, I didn't think was very good.
Yeah.
But then this first half of season 4, I actually like laughed out loud a few times. So
The dragon one was fucking intense.
yeah, and the best part is like they're having like a soul orgy as dragons, and he's like, "Yeah, maybe don't tell your parents about this."
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, what a classic!
And I think was it the after credits thing is the fucking dragon that was in it is like trying to get fucking soul bonding with a bunch of random people
Yeah,
on the
fucking-
street.
But yeah, the first half of this season was actually pretty good, in my opinion. And then in bad, I have, of course, Game of Thrones as bad,
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
because that was a big
Yeah,
yikes. I
yeah.
forgot. I felt like that was like 2 years ago. I wiped it from my memory.
Yeah.
And then I have
that
Chernobyl,
was
which we mentioned earlier. But
really abysmal. What about Peaky Blinders?
oh, I didn't even think about that. This season, I would put in like high tier bad. Like it wasn't. It was kind of shit, but like I still enjoyed it enough.
Yeah.
I've only seen one episode of Game of Thrones, and it was the last episode.
What the fuck
Probably
is
not
wrong
the
with
best
that?
one.
You're like Daniel.
If you watch the first, yeah, it's like me with you. If you
Yeah.
watch like the first
Yeah, you can't.
6 seasons, maybe 7, it's pretty good.
Mm. What
But I
number
could
is the
never
last
watch it again now because it's been ruined. Last season is 8.
Ah, okay.
A lot
But
of
there's
people
some
don't
good
like
episodes
7
in that.
either, though.
Ah, okay.
What? 7 was like one of the best, I thought. I thought 7 was the best, actually.
A lot of people don't like 7, but I didn't mind it.
What the fuck?
Season 8 had one good episode, I think, from memory,
Mm.
which
was
was?
the battle one, which was good on a surface level, but when you put it in the context of the rest of the show,
Mm.
it doesn't make sense, and it's
Is that
not
the one
very
where
good.
there's like 3 separate times where like a character's going to die, and then it cuts to something else, and it cuts back, and they're fine? That
Yeah.
happens like 3 separate times for 3 different
Probably,
characters.
but I don't specifically remember it.
Okay.
No,
More
he's
people should have
talking
died.
about like when it's like fucking centered on Theon and his like lads protecting Bran, and then it like zooms out and they're like closing in like only a few
Yeah.
meters away from him, and then it comes back later to that scene, and they're not even close to him again,
Yeah.
and that happens like at least 2 times just for Theon.
Theon,
There's like, I think Gwendolyn Christie's character like gets pinned up against a wall, and she's like about to get eaten or whatever, and then it cuts away, and then it cuts back, and she's fine. It's like, how did she get out of that scenario?
yeah, Sam, the fat guy, is literally just cowering and crying in a pile of corpses, and he doesn't die. No sense. But Theon's death was fucking stupid. Like, Bran is just like, Bran just lets him die, and it's like, yeah, all right. Like he can see what, like he knows what's like happening and shit, but he's just like, I'm not gonna help him. And then the whole fucking thing is just absolute AIDS,
Yeah,
basically.
well, he was basically just like, you're a shit cunt. You fucking burnt my home.
Yeah, and the fact that Arya kills the Night King means Jon was brought back from the dead by an all-knowing god for no reason. Because he was supposedly brought back because he was integral to killing the Night King,
Right.
but he
I
wasn't.
mean, yeah, it's true. Actually, he did a lot, but none of it had to do with actually killing the Night King.
Yeah, like he sort of brought them all together, but like you'd kind of think he would be the one to kill him based on all that.
I mean, he did like raise like all the armies to fucking defend.
Yeah, but I mean, he was a sick lad. He was also fucking retarded. At the same time. So you can say that about a lot of characters in that.
Oh yeah, like fucking Jamie. What a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Oh fuck. They just reversed. Now we're just ranting about Game of Thrones. They just reversed everyone's fucking character arcs. Like Jamie literally is just like, no, I'm going to go back to exactly how I was at the beginning of the show and be a shit cunt again.
Mm.
Yeah,
And
it's like
he
the directors just literally received an Uno reverse card in the mail.
Yeah.
And were just like, yes, This is
This'll
what
be
we're doing
perfect.
to the show.
Yeah, fucking Jamie Lannister's whole thing is that he wouldn't allow, like, he was protecting the previous king before the show started, right? He was his, like, whatever, royal protector. Which is the, funnily enough, the position of Corvo, the main character of Dishonored. Just put
Oh,
that out
shut up.
Oh, yeah.
his job is like to protect him, but he kills him because he can't stand by and watch him burn the civilians in the fucking city. Yeah.
Right.
And then in the last season, he said, he's like, I'll let all these civilians burn. I never really cared about them anyway. When his entire
yeah.
like character is that he did care, so he literally killed the fucking king. Like, how do they do this?
Yeah, that sounds like shit.
anything
Like
like-
absolute trash.
I haven't watched any of it, but did anything during the show like make him develop into a more like fucked up person, or
No,
was
he
it just,
developed
like,
into a better person.
Yeah, and then
He
like
just-
last minute he's like, pranked. I'm a
Yeah.
shit cunt.
It's so stupid.
At the end, he's just like, nah.
Not to mention, right? It was a 6-episode season, right?
I think so.
I think
Yeah, well,
Maybe
So
5.
the entire threat of the like White Walkers that has been building up since literally the first episode of season 1. It's been building up for 7 seasons. It's over in 1 episode, and it's the 3rd episode, not the 6th of the
Yeah.
season.
It's a bit of a yikes.
It's just like one big attack over,
she
and
stabs
some
him,
like
and he's like,
small
well,
little girl
yeah.
kills
Yeah.
the fucking knight.
And he's supposed to be like an epic fucking gamer, and then she's just like, I'm gonna do the old Rey from Star Wars trick
Yeah.
where I drop the sword and then pick it up and stab you again. And he didn't see that coming.
Yeah. And they also do the Phantom Menace where the main guy dies, so all of them just disappear.
Yeah, that makes sense in this though.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah. When does that happen in Phantom Menace?
All of the battle
the
droids,
droids.
fall down
Oh, okay. That also makes sense though. doesn't it?
because of the big battle droid.
No, what?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, who's
Yeah.
the battle droid? Like they kill
You mean
more
the-
than the
The
droids die.
station? in space?
Yeah. I made the station, but I was just imagining a big battle droid gets stabbed, so they all fall down.
Damn. And it's stabbed by like Padme's like replacement chick or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Someone completely inconsequential.
Emily Blunt.
That was not Emily
Padme?
Blunt.
He's
Keira
replacement
Knightley.
chick?
Didn't Emily Blunt play one
With
of the?
Keira
No,
Knightley.
Keira Knightley.
Oh, and Rose Byrne. That's what I'm thinking of. I think.
Rose.
Yeah, Rose Byrne was also one of the.
Who's Ben?
Who's Rose Byrne? She's in Bridesmaids and Bad Neighbors.
Of course.
I think I know who you're talking about, but
Yeah, she's Aussie.
yeah.
Oh, she's this chick.
Yep.
You know the one.
I know. Yeah.
Well, I suppose
Yeah,
so.
who are you talking to?
Well, she's obviously married to Bobby Cannavale.
Yes.
Oh my god, actually, I know who Bobby Cannavale is. I just didn't know him by name. So he's that one guy. Have you watched Boardwalk Empire, Chris?
No.
Shit. I don't know. That was the only thing I was going to say he's in. He's also he's the bad. No, he's not the bad guy. He's the stepdad in Batman and the Wasp. No,
Batman?
Batman 1.
Batman.
Yeah.
I don't
You'd know him
remember.
if you see him.
Yeah, he
He's in
sounds
the
familiar.
Irishman as well. He's a big fucking Italian fucker.
Wait, what's his
Weird.
name?
Bobby Cannavale.
How do you spell
Bobby.
Cannavale? Oh, actually, it's
Can
never mind.
and then Naval. I'm sure you would have seen this guy in something, but
Just hold on, audience, while we Google Bobby Cannavale.
Probably. I mean,
this is what they come for.
Well,
isn't
this
it?
is happening.
he doesn't
I
look
have
that
to get
familiar.
away.
You what?
I have to leave.
Ah, that's
Oh.
an F in the chat for Benson.
Yeah.
We'll
That's
see you the next time we do this in 3.5
Another-
months.
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
more weeks. Yeah.
I was thinking we should do it 6 months from now. Let's
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
Bi-yearly.
Let's do it every 6 years, perhaps.
Anyway, see yous.
See ya. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's exited the studio. He's taken off
Yep.
his headset and walked away from his mic, which is now muted. That's why you didn't hear any of it.
You just shut the door.
I was like, how is that a fucking headset?
No. Yeah. Should I go through my top 3 list of shows?
No one actually cares. So
Fuck off.
okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So number 3, this is least favorite to favorite. I've got Black Mirror released 3 episodes, one of which was good. The first episode was. I've got Mandalorian because, like Daniel said, it's quite overhyped and sort of what's the word, over
Hyped.
Yeah, no, I was trying to think of yeah. Well, the hype's over.
Oh my
already
god,
happened.
Kyle!
I'm
Come
trying to
on.
think of the word.
Yeah, but it's still hyped. You can
Yeah,
overhype
okay. But yeah, people are saying it's better than it actually is. That's what I'll say.
and
And
saying
then
it before it came out as well. Yeah.
and number 1 is Stranger Things. Looks amazing. Last episode annoyed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
same.
that's because you're a fucking killjoy, you loser.
How Killjoy? I like
No,
the
I don't
entire
actually
season.
know why. Why do you not like it?
1, I don't like the fact that Hopper has an obvious fake out death. Actually, no, it's now
That-
confirmed.
It was
he's in
really
season
obvious
4.
that he
You
was
seen
still
the
alive.
teaser trailer?
And also,
came out last week.
yeah,
I mean,
and also,
if they hadn't done the like cliffhanger, American, it wouldn't have been that obvious.
I kind of
like,
the
you kind of,
teaser
like,
trailer
think maybe-
literally has
yeah,
it
but-
has him in it.
Yeah,
I also kind of expected him to not be alive. No, not be dead. Before the American Russian thing, just because
Yeah, I did
it's
as
just the
well.
way it was done. I was like, he's not dead, and that annoys me
Yeah,
because
because
they didn't
like,
show him die.
yeah. But yeah, also the song break of, I think they sing a never ending story or something like that. That annoyed me
Yeah,
because
that. Yeah.
we know that Gaten Matarazzo can sing. You don't have to shove it down our throats.
I didn't know that.
He's
I'm
like a
not sure
theater
I would
actor.
say he can sing.
I'm pretty sure he's like a theater actor and he can actually sing. So
Isn't he the one with the really deformed teeth?
yes,
Yeah, he is.
And he can sing.
Well, he does.
He
in the
is.
show, apparently.
No, I
but
can't remember the ending.
he- I
Season
didn't
1
find
was
that
the best of that show.
That's
anyway.
what I was saying about you being
Yeah.
a killjoy, because that was just a good family fun moment, and then you're like, "Oh, not in my ultra realistic anime."
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's what how Kyle feels about the singing.
yeah, my anime.
Ultra realistic.
yeah,
anime.
my ultra realistic anime.
Realistically, he should have just been like,
Not sure you can say that.
"Do I leave that and just bleep it?"
Yeah, you have to bleep it.
Just
Yeah.
bleep
No, but like, should I cut it out or just bleep
No, leave
No,
it in.
just leave it in. Just leave it.
I'm not even going to finish that sentence.
Should we explain what he said? No.
No!
Okay.
What's wrong with you, Kyle?
He
Let's
said
bleep it out, but explain to the audience what he just
It's
said.
not allowed.
Just for, it wasn't that bad for the record.
No. But
Just
yeah,
for
that was.
context, he said.
Okay, now I have to bleep that.
but yeah,
Wesley will be
basically.
cancelled in 40 years.
Well, I didn't say it.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you
watch
were
as we
party to
become
it.
famous, and then we're cancelled
laughed at
because in episode fucking 9 or whatever,
Yeah, you
we
never know.
said
One of us
that.
could be the next Jeff Bezos.
Damn.
Although, in which case, we'd still continue to make money because he's a
Yeah.
businessman.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just didn't like the fact that there was a song break just at all. Like, not because I hate singing or whatever. It just really didn't fit the rest of the show.
Yeah, well, I'd say that you're a.
What was your
Yeah, I didn't have
favorite
much of an issue
season
with it.
of that show?
I'd say the season 3 up until the end, or season 1, because season 3, just the look of it was fantastic. Just thought like the way it was shot and that.
Steve's just a fucking sick cunt. Let's put that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who hangs out with like
Jonathan
12-year-olds?
and
might
Nancy
I add.
are like, who cares? They can fuck off for
Yeah.
all I care. Like, what the fuck did they do that season?
yeah.
They did some
Fucking
shit with
useless
Russians,
pricks.
didn't they? They got like a Russian killed after trying to protect him.
Yeah, they
and
did.
Oh
the-
yeah, yeah.
Oh, wait, no, that wasn't them.
No, wait,
It wasn't.
no.
Oh no, that was Hopper and
Yeah.
Joyce.
what the fuck's her name?
Joyce.
Joyce.
Lexi.
Yeah, what
That
did they
season-
do?
That
They
season,
like
she
ran
was
into
like-
a hospital and almost died.
Yeah. Like, I
Wait,
don't.
what?
They were
Yeah.
just kind of useless and like uninteresting as well.
Oh, right. Yeah, she had
She
the
was like, "Oh, I'm
the
getting
journalist
bullied at work."
dude or whatever. Yeah, and they were like,
Alexi, and he's
And
Cool,
like, please suck me off.
Who was?
You fucking Will. No,
Oh.
not Will.
Oh,
What's his
God,
brother?
Jonathan.
Yeah.
right.
Jono.
Okay.
Whoa! I literally thought that was me that said that.
What?
I don't know. It sounded like me on my end.
The shot of Jonathan and Nancy in the hospital was really awesome though, 'cause not the shot of them, but like when they're in the hospital and there's like the
Same.
big slug
Yeah.
monster or whatever, and then the light flickers and then it cuts out and then it like turns back on and it's just roaring. That was such a cool like
Fucking
way of the
raw.
end episode. It's just a cool end of the episode and it looked amazing.
Mm.
I would have preferred it if it was actually Gordon Ramsay that when the lights turned on,
Yeah.
he was just roaring at them.
He's just like throwing uncooked steaks at them.
Yeah.
It was also kind of strange how
Undercooked.
the
Yeah,
mother
strange.
was just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna bang this like basically underage teenage boy."
Wait,
You know?
who?
Yeah, but did you see that mullet?
I suppose
Oh,
so, actually,
right.
and the mustache.
I thought you
mean,
meant
if we were in
Joyce.
her position.
Whose mother was that again? Was that
Mike's.
Lindsay's
Mike.
mother?
Yeah, Mike.
Finn Wolfhards. Yeah.
Finn Wolfhards. What are you, a fucking tryhard?
What are you, a wolf?
Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Um,
A Wolfie.
Oh my god.
You would know the names of these fucking
I
what
actors.
does
don't
that
know
even mean.
I don't know if that's the name of the Stan group or whatever.
The
What's
wolf.
what the fuck's her name even? What's Eleven's real name?
Millie Bobby Brown?
Millie Bobby Brown.
That's
yeah.
the shittest name I've ever heard in my life.
Oh,
I mean,
well, we're
it's-
gonna get
it's fairly
cancelled.
I've
iconic
heard.
now.
Kyle Evans before.
Mm,
Wow. Well, you really got him.
yeah. I hope you hear
that
me
a
'cause we're on
dox?
a podcast.
I hope not. I mean, I hope so.
Yeah, he's just been doxxed.
Good.
No, I'm pretty sure his
Damn.
channel is literally his full name, so should be
Yeah.
fine.
Not my middle name, but yeah.
Middle name is
I didn't say your middle name.
Prick.
I
Oh.
don't know it.
You don't know my middle name? Wow, kid.
Wow. What?
What the
Wow.
fuck?
It's
remember
Kyle
Benson's.
Millie Bobby Brown Evans.
Yeah.
I knew it. It's Kyle George Evans.
It actually is George.
What? No, it
No,
isn't.
it's
I'll give you a hint. It's the one after Kyle, but before Evans.
it's my fucking
So
Instagram.
the middle.
It's my Instagram name. But you don't have Instagram, so
I don't have Instagram.
well
That was
Have it-
quite the hint.
if he had
It's the name that I have written on the textbook in my wardrobe.
well, that's not fucking open to the world to see.
I mean, that's equal to what you just said.
no, it's not. My Instagram isn't fucking hidden away in my cupboard or anything. It's out there on the internet.
Oh well, yeah.
And if he was my
Follow at
mate,
Kyle Jane Evans. I'm assuming your middle name is Jane.
Jade.
All right, let's level with everyone.
It's probably
Kyle
Maria.
Ulysses Evans.
Ulysses.
Yeah.
I wish my middle name was Ulysses.
Yes,
Why not? I mean, why?
Kyle,
Shit.
what's my middle name?
Stuart.
It's not actually.
No, I've.
Oh,
you've told-
ridiculous! You don't know my middle name?
No, you've told me before.
Don't
but I
dox
can't
his surname though.
Yeah.
Fuck. Wait. What does it start with?
Hey,
A. Anthony.
It's
it's not.
Arthur.
No,
Aaron.
no.
Adam. Oh, we
No.
just doxed Dean. His
Yeah, but
middle
I
name,
didn't say
at
his
least.
surname.
Yeah.
His surname is bitch.
And.
And
Oh wait, that was your guess. No,
And
you were close already.
it's actually Antonio Banderas.
Oh, is it? And Antonio? No.
No,
Close.
Anton.
you finally got it after
Hey.
very
Well,
much guided information.
Named after Anton Yelchin from Star
Fucking
Trek.
Kyle Jimbo Evans.
Jimbo.
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 I'm sure that's it, isn't
It is Jimbo, yeah.
it? Yeah, I thought
There
so.
you have it.
Jimothy.
What a name. I'm going to name all of my sons Jimothy.
How many sons do you reckon you're gonna have?
At this rate,
Negative
None.
Weird.
Actually, George Foreman has multiple sons named George Foreman, I believe.
Who the fuck's
Jesus.
George Foreman?
He made the
Four?
grill.
Turned grill master.
Yeah, no, just turned grill.
Yeah, he's just a grill, actually. No, wait, let me have a look. He has no sons, according to Wikipedia.
You fucking idiot.
No, he does have sons, but he oh my god, this guy is mentally handicapped.
Okay, well, let's not go making fun of that on the internet.
To get more cancer.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but he clearly is because he
That was such a bad thing. What are you?
he
The
has,
way you said it.
no, I'm not saying that was I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but right, he has 12 children. First of all,
Oh my god.
Yep. Wow.
5
wow.
sons, 7 daughters. Can you guess his 5 sons' names?
George.
George Foreman.
Yeah, he has George Foreman Jr., George Foreman the third, George Foreman the fourth, George Foreman the fifth, and George Foreman the sixth.
No fucking way.
Wow.
Not even kidding.
Are his
Name
daughters
all
called
my
Georgia
sons
Foreman?
George Edward Foreman, so that we would always have something in common. Not a blood relation. That wasn't good enough for her.
Also, I like the
What
idea
happens
of
when you call George at the dinner table? And like
Yeah.
6 different children turn.
And the father, 7. Oh no, that's 6. I can't.
But yeah, it's like, imagine being so fucking stupid that it's like, yeah, the only thing that they have in common is their fucking name. And it's like, oh my god, how can they not have something in common with like
Are they
5
like
children?
all identical fucking sextuplets as well?
They all look the same as well.
I mean, they probably look similar, but they're all grills. All right, we've gotten wildly off topic, but have we covered
This
all?
is the greatest topic we've had all night.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah, right.
on. Like, fucking imagine that.
I just realized something with the intro that we did. 1, we didn't say the episode number. 2, don't think.
Yeah,
Yeah, it didn't say our
number?
names.
What number?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I don't even
It's
know.
number 15. Burger King
No.
Footloose. Just give me a sec here. I'll remember it.
Remember.
You'll remember it.
Remember it. Fucking Kyle, you're such a emo.
Episode 10.
It is episode 10. So we're back to
10.
the 10th episode.
Double digits. Hell yeah.
Yay! Double digits, and we did fucking point out.
Oh yeah, we didn't even say who was here.
No.
I mean, if you click on the channel, the banner is all of them, but you can't
It's
tell who's
too
who
late.
actually.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
it's-
literally
Well, just
too late
but the
because
intro-
Benson's
Benson's
gone.
gone, yeah.
Yeah.
The intro is me screaming, so like
Yeah.
we address each other by name throughout. It'll be right. We'll leave this in
Yeah.
as well. I
Will
don't
we?
care at this point. Yes, as long as
Well,
it
we have
gets
to edit
as long
out
as
a
it
few
gets done.
things.
Only a few choice words that were said. Not too.
I didn't think you said
Again,
that
for the
with
record.
any choice. It just came out.
You
Yeah,
just said it, and then there was a
You just have-
solid. Yeah.
Well, now I have to bleep that as well because now you can figure out what I said.
Yeah. Well, we should we just cut it before we said before I said we
Has to
didn't?
stay in.
Why does it have to?
Yeah, it's
That's going to
live.
be one of the intro pieces.
That's shit. Your shit.
And remember, the episode will be called
Books.
Fucks Dude.
Yeah, books, dude. Christ. We're finished at this point, right? Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
already you've already
Yeah.
stopped editing all this shit out.
Yeah.
All finished.
No, we all have to say, see ya.
Yes.
So, you guys, hope you enjoyed this
Yeah.
episode.
Bye.
This has
Bye.
been Book Fucks Dude,
Signing off.
Oh, wait.
episode 10.
That's not the name of the podcast. She's like fucking emptying out my bin, and she's like, "Why are there so many tissues in here?" And I'm like, I didn't respond, and she's like, "Do I want to know?" And I'm like, "No, so don't ask."
That's such an awkward question to ask
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
twice at that. She asked her. I didn't respond, so she asked, but I
Did you?
looked at her and then looked away.
That's a response enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is like, without saying anything, you've said everything that she needs to
Yeah.
know.
I can't believe she actually point blank, just like, what the fuck?
Also, she asked once, you didn't say anything. She asked again, you didn't say anything, and then
No,
she
she asked
"I
the
wanna know."
second time, and she said, "Do I want to know?" And I said,
Oh,
"No."
okay.
So
Right.
stop
she-
asking.
I thought she asked twice, and it was like,
That was basically
wanna know?
like, yeah, I came in all these.
Well, that's
You
not
said-
far
you
from
may
the
as well have said
truth.